What is up, everybody? Ace here, and we are back on the Jsano fans server, and we are back at our jungle home. And today we're going to kind of prep for a couple things. One is going to be a pathway leading back to the jungle spawn, and what was the other thing I was going to do? I just had it on my mind. I'm going to take down that tree outside. I do need these. We're going to be doing a bunch of little stuff. As you can see, I got melon seeds on my bar and stuff like that. So, we're going to take this tree down marked by the sheep. And I'm going to set up a little melon farm somewhere down here. Just because. And I guess I should light up some of this hillside. Still would like to do something along this this little valley here, but maybe we'll take a look at that. This is one of the things I want to do, is provide a better shoreline for the staircase, because it comes right down and then you're right in front of the water here. So I'm gonna kinda fix that a little bit. That way you have a little bit of walking room. You don't don't run directly into the water there. There we go. So yeah, and then you'll come across this way to go along there, but we're gonna set up a better path for that, or at least prepare to do so. There we go. Yep. There. So, I don't think I have much to update on. Still working. Financially, things are actually kind of up and down at the moment. I'm in the mode where all the money I'm making is going into certain expenses. Like, I had to buy car insurance. I have to take care of my car and fix up a few things. You know, I had to get work shoes. So, pretty much the majority of my first two paychecks have disappeared into stuff like that. But, the fact that I'm able to even do that at all is actually kind of makes up for it. Because, you know, looking back at where I was even a year ago, or just a couple months ago. Looking back just a couple months ago, I didn't even have the money to even think about stuff like that. So, the fact that I can take care of things now, like pay back my credit card and stuff, feels actually pretty good. Even if it does mean that I end up with, less than $10 by the end of it all. But, along with that, doing a lot of research on moving things like, because I'm actually looking more towards, moving to Colorado instead of New Hampshire. I've always wanted to live out west, and I've always wanted to live in Colorado. I think it's a really nice state, and I love the rocky. I love any type of mountainous terrain, any type of interesting looking terrain. So it would be really cool to live out there. It was actually been kind of I guess a dream of mine to live out somewhere like Colorado. So, I've been looking at that. I've been doing research on, like, tips for moving long distance. Because it is actually a pretty interesting experience. Because it's not like you're moving somewhere else in town where you can you know, drive out, check out the apartments and whatnot, and see if you like what you see, and you can kind of sign a lease there and stuff like that. Now this is like going across 2/3 of the country. You know, I'm driving all the way from Florida to Colorado, and even if I were to move to New Hampshire, I'd still have to think about that in some form, even though I could just stay with my grandmother for a little bit. But Colorado, I'm just immediately going out on my own. So I've been doing a lot of research, you know, looking at not hotels, but apartments, and you know, seeing what the prices are and all. Been researching on, you know, what I need to do to prepare for such a big move like that, and things like that. Do I have a farm up there? Because I had so much weed on me. So much weed. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, let's break that. I guess we're gonna have 4. I don't want this. So yeah, I'm looking at stuff like saving up 2 months rent. You know, also considering, you know, moving costs, you know, gas and hotel and food just for the drive. Then on top of that, you know, moving into the hotels, you know, you have to give some sort of security deposit, which could be like first month's rent plus another month or two's worth of rent on top of that to save up. That way I have plenty of time to get a job and have some money to kind of float on for a little bit. And also got to consider other expenses like changing where I live from one state to another. I would no longer be a Florida citizen, but a citizen of Colorado. So I'd have to, you know, change license plates and addresses and stuff. And things like that. I keep chopping leaves. So it's pretty interesting. There's other things I was making sure to do. I forgot what they were. I had them on my mind, but they went away. One reason why I want to move to Colorado is because they have stores. They have Freddy's locations, which is where I work at Freddy's, and yeah, they have locations out there. So figure if I can just transfer from this job site to that one, that you know, I could kind of have a fairly smooth transition. So I don't have to worry so much about trying to find a job. So let's see. Yeah, that's another thing I need. We're gonna cook up some charcoal here. I'm using the regular coal for something else, so I'm trying to save up. I guess I'll put this in here. Do that. That can go in there. I'll toss this in here. Actually, oh wait, bring that back. I'll put that in there. Alright. Let's do that. Put this in here. Take the next two. Put it in there. That can go in there. Actually, let's keep this out here. This and this can go in there. This is what I want to do with this. Let's make some of these. Mossy bricks. Because, yeah, we're going to set up a sort of path. I guess I could do slabs as well. Walking down here is pretty painful. But, yeah, I'm not 100% sure how exactly I want to do this. I might do some sort of, I'm not good at, I'm kind of okay at random, at doing random paths. I just gotta keep in mind that, sometimes you get kind of patterns like that. You gotta shake things up a bit. Might even do cracked bricks too. Hi. And this will connect up to Nixer's path too. And I'm gonna add, yeah, regular bricks and cracked bricks, at least up to the bridge. So that's my plan for that. Let's do this. Still not quite satisfied with the shoreline here. I love terraforming. I think that's one of my favorite things to do out here, is to reshape the landscape out here. I love, you know, messing with the trees and the grass. So calming. I like this tunnel. Ooh, coal. This cave's gonna go nowhere, right? You see my pickaxe is breaking. So sometime between this episode and next, I'm gonna have to get some new gear. Actually, have some new gear made. I just gotta enchant it. You probably saw it in the ender chest. So let's see, anything else to update? I played Polarity, which you probably saw both parts of already. That was a pretty fun game. Sal actually showed it to me, Salford Sal, and I gave it a playthrough, and it was actually kind of fun. Kind of short. It wasn't too terribly difficult, but it did provide me with some fun and a couple videos to upload. So thanks to Sal for that. And couple other things. I've been, well, first of all, the big one, Fallout 4 is out, and my brother got it, so I'm probably going to give it a try. And Space Engineers had an update. They now have planets. And I've actually been recording a bit of Space Engineers recently, although I haven't uploaded anything yet. It's been kinda wonky, kinda buggy, in which if you spawn in a map specified with planets, it will spawn you in the planet's atmosphere, and you can't really... if your ship's not designed for it, you'll basically crash into the surface and die pretty much immediately. I got lucky the very first time I spawned. Ooh, this is something I want. Actually, no, this is not what I want. Because, I'm doing the brick. I was thinking about doing what, Nixer's doing. But, I'm just gonna stick with the brick. But yeah, it's kind of buggy right now. And so, I think I'm gonna scrap those videos. But I intend to keep playing it. And, I intend to upload videos at some point. I just gotta... I'm either gonna wait until things settle down, or I'm going to see if I can spawn in a map where planets are around, but not a prominent thing, if that makes sense. Like, I can choose whether or not I want to go down to the planet, which would be nice. And this goes in here. I guess I can toss that in there. It's extra. I guess the last thing I'm going to do, this might be a pretty short episode. I'm going to shear some sheep. I can go there. So yeah, back onto the moving thing. I think I talked about everything I wanted to talk about on that. I'm just pretty much just doing a lot of research, making sure I know what to do, because it's a pretty big deal, especially when moving long distance, and especially when looking at apartments long distance. Because you gotta think of stuff like, can you do like a video tour, you know, virtual tour? Can you do like, I'm definitely not flying out there. That's money wasted. Especially if I don't like what I see. Although, I guess if I don't... Well, if I do video tours, I don't have to worry about that much, but... But yeah, things like that. Also considering what to bring with me. Because, chances are I'm probably not going to rent a trailer or anything. I'm just gonna be me and whatever I can fit in my car. So... Oops, I did not want to do that. So, it's something I have to keep in mind. Something I have to consider. Because, on the one hand, I will probably most likely need to furnish my apartment. I'm not sure how much my parents would be able to give me in terms of stuff. On top of that, I'm not sure how much I can fit into my car. So... there's that problem. I guess, if anything, they could ship me stuff. So it's not a huge issue. Yeah, they could just ship me some stuff if I need it. I can always store it away and grab it later. But, that's still another thing to consider. Do I have... no, I'm out of torches. Let's check out this view now that we took the tree down. Oh yeah, much better. We still got that tree in the distance, but it's not that bad. We can see the lake just fine. Matter of fact, let's bring our render distance up a bit. Let's see how it looks. Oh, do we not have... hang on. Yeah, that's supposed to be on. That should help. I still can't see too far. Let's see. Let's turn up all the way. See, that's how it's supposed to load in. Yeah, we still can't see past that line. But it's still a decent view. Looks nice. I guess that'll do for this episode. We did a bunch of little things. Oops, I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, we did a bunch of little things. not too much actual stuff going on. As you noticed, as I've mentioned a couple times, I've been preparing things for stuff. We are halfway through November already, so the move date is probably going to slide back. I'm looking definitely more towards February, especially as time goes on, where as I'm having to spend more money on stuff. It's probably going to cause me to push the move date back further into February. I was suggesting or considering January or February. Alright, I'm back. The game completely crashed on me. Not the internet or anything, just the game. But yeah, I'm looking at February to move. Because of how much money I've had to spend on certain things, like on my car and credit card and car insurance. So, like, this month's paycheck is going towards my car, and I'm going to try to section off some of my my expenses here, so that I can at least put some money away. Which I've been doing. It's not quite all that much, because I haven't had all that much to do to deposit. But let me actually pick these up again. Yeah, it looks kind of ugly like that. This is a good thing we have these bushes. So yeah, I still got some things to save up for, so I'm looking at February and even kind of starting to consider March as potential moving days or moving dates. So I guess it's better late than never, and I'm definitely going to make sure that I actually do get to move this time, because as I've mentioned before, the last time I said I was going to move, it didn't end up happening. And there's been a lot of times where I said that I was going to do stuff and talked so much about it and spoke so highly of these plans that I was having, and it ended up never happening. So I'm going to make sure it actually does happen this time, because I would really like to get out on my own. So I guess that will do for this episode. As I finish up, ooh, just enough. Nice. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching, even if we haven't done too much in these last couple episodes. It's been more talky episodes, but trust me, we'll have some stuff coming up in the future. I expect maybe some Fallout 4, maybe some Space Engineers. And until then, hope you guys have enjoyed watching, and I shall see you all next time.